Hello everyone and welcome to our second update for Ireland's biggest windsurfing competition. So it's been confirmed that it's being held on the western side of the Belmullet Peninsula, and it's to be held on Friday, Saturday or Sunday. So as usual, a huge shout out to everyone who is participating in that competition, and the very best of luck to you all, obviously. So looking at the ECMWF run, so this is the wind speed forecasts. We're going to focus on Belmullets, starting Thursday at midnight, pretty much towards Friday, and we're looking at the wind gusts. So wind speeds, not gusts. Remember, gusts will be stronger than that, than what it's showing here. And the key here is on the bottom in KMH. Okay, so moving along on Friday morning, we can see that, pause it there, we go a bit forward, a bit further towards midday. So we can see that we have a southerly or southwesterly flow, and actually quite a good direction because it's onshore. Again, so in the yellows, about 35 to 45 kmh. In knots, that is, I'll just have it there, so let's go back to that. In knots, that is around 20 to 30 knots. That is also good. Going back to kilometers per hour, just for the next little check. If we go to Friday evening, we can see that wind strengthened a bit further, but stay southerly to southwesterly. I'd say on average here, 20 knots at lightest wind time, and also up to 35 knots at strongest points. Into Saturday, winds are abating somewhat, but still in that yellow shade, about 40 kmh or just above 20 kts. Into Saturday evening, we're seeing the winds back a bit more southerly in direction. Into Sunday, we see what happens here. The winds are still southerly in direction, very slightly southwesterly. Winds have lightened off, so by Sunday at 11 AM, winds around 25 an hour in kilometers. In knots per hour, keep skipping it. That is in the green shades, about 10 to 15 knots per hour, so a bit lighter on Sunday with the winds. And into Sunday evening, and winds sort of die for a time before strengthening again, and they stay southerly. So ideally, not ideally, but it's ideal. But the trends I'm trying to say is that the winds start off stronger and ease as they go along. Also, the winds pretty much stay from the same direction, southerly or southwesterly, trending more southerly towards Sunday. That's the ECM. Next is the UKV, starting Friday at midnight, using knots per hour. I might stick with this actually. So going forward with the wind speeds into Friday itself. Friday in the early afternoon, wind speeds, should I say, getting up to the yellow shades there. So between 20 and 25 knots per hour. Also from that southerly to southwesterly direction, so that is favourable. Going off into Friday night, wind speeds increase to close to 30 to 40 kts, so that becomes quite strong for a time before abating into Saturday. So into Saturday afternoon, very similar to Friday's winds actually, a bit more southerly. Actually quite, it looks bad for a time. as the winds seem to be backing southeasterly there on Sunday. Yes, they seem to be backing slightly. Or not. Sunday afternoon, light winds, lighter, between, say about 15 an hour in knots, but still southerly in direction. And after that, they slacken off. So again, as we go along, they do get lighter and more southerly. The GFS run with its wind speeds looking like this. So again, southerly to southwesterly winds into Friday. Quite strong winds there actually, getting into the oranges, getting towards 30 knots per hour in the afternoon. Again, southerly or southwesterly, so a bit strong, but the direction is good. After that, winds died down Friday nights, and Saturday morning in the green, so much lighter there, about 10 to 15 knots per hour, southerly winds on Saturday, and the winds seem to lighten further into Sunday, getting quite light there actually. Now, this is a low res model, so we're in the pale blues actually, so about 5 to 8 knots per hour on Sunday, and southerly winds, so that doesn't look too great. Next one is the ICON EU model. So go back to Saturday, Friday morning. What we can see, go through, is that again, actually this has lighter winds for Friday, so getting up to about 15 knots per hour, southerly again. Stronger on Friday night. Saturday is into the afternoon. We see strongest winds in the turquoise colours, about 10 knots per hour, southerly winds. This one has them lighter. Actually, going to Sunday, very light winds, it seems. Not looking good. And, if anything, southeasterly winds as well. So Sunday afternoon, about 10 knots per hour. But bear in mind that earlier in the day, well down towards 5 or even calm weather. So this one's different in the fact that it's so much calmer compared to these three, and that, well, I mean, these two were quite windy. That one a bit less, I think. And this one's definitely not as windy as all, apart from Friday nights. The Icon does it get as far? It does. This is the Icon run. I don't know the difference between the Icon and the EU one, but we'll do it anyway. If it forwards, we will see Friday. It's actually quite a calm one to start, but gets windier into the evening and night as well. Going off into Saturday, we see moderate winds, southerly to southwesterly, and into Sunday again we go calmer. So it does seem to be windier early on, calmer later. Also, winds trend more southerly, but stay in pretty much the same direction. So it's quite favourable, especially early on. The NEMS doesn't get that far at all, and the aroma doesn't at all either. So this is the end of this update. I hope you enjoy it, especially to those who are involved in this competition, and the very best of luck to you all. Bye for now.